Hello, happy Sunday. It is a sincere pleasure to get to be here with you. If we haven't met before, my name is Kay. I'm an ecstatic spiritual life coach, and I try to set aside some time every Sunday night to create space for people to gather to do some spiritual work together around a specific theme for that week. So tonight, you may have seen from my posts on social media, I was inspired to do a little work on healing because this week me and my husband both contracted COVID. Fortunately, we're both doing really great. We're both feeling super healthy. But I thought people might benefit from doing a meditation tonight specifically around the theme of healing, and whether that's healing for yourself, healing for someone you know, a loved one, a family member, a friend, healing for somebody you don't know, just for people in Ukraine or people with COVID or people everywhere, or even better yet, healing for your enemies, because most oftentimes they do the things that they do because they're hurting inside. People usually act poorly because of the pain they feel. Healing can be a really beautiful gift to offer. Now, I guess it's worth putting a disclaimer at the beginning that never, ever, ever should meditative healing practices be a replacement for seeking care from a physician or a healthcare provider of some kind, whether that's Western or Eastern, holistic or allopathic, doesn't matter. Please consider this a part of your healing modality, not a replacement for other forms of healing. Enough said on that topic. Please get comfortable. You can sit on the floor, sit in a chair, lay down, sit up, dance, do whatever you want to do, move some furniture out of the way, but allow yourself to get comfortable. And make sure you're wearing loose clothing. If your clothing's restricting, do what I do, take it off. Because hey, life's too short to be bound. Once you find your ease, start by just taking a couple deep breaths. And as I am recovering from COVID, if I need to pause to blow my nose or cough, please forgive me. Just try to keep your focus. And let's start by setting an intention. Who is this healing practice for tonight? And there are all right answers to this question. It really doesn't matter who. If you want to say yourself, great. You're not being selfish. We need to heal ourselves before we're able to help other people. Right? Put your mask on first. If you want to dedicate it to a loved one, beautiful. If you want to dedicate it to the earth or all sentient creatures, beautiful. Doesn't matter. But speak your intention out loud. So I'll begin to serve as an example. I dedicate the merits of my practice tonight to the people that I love, my husband first and foremost of all, he who is at the center of my heart, to my friends and family, to my clients and the people whom I interact with as a spirit guide and serve. I also feel called to dedicate healing to people who have been coming to mind lately, who have hurt me in the past, intentionally or unintentionally, whether that's people leaving unkind remarks online, or people I lived with in my spiritual community that I was a part of for almost a decade, or friends who left my life suddenly and violently in unkind ways. I wish them well-being, health. I also dedicate my practice to the poor people in Ukraine, and not often as said, but I also think worth mentioning is also dedicate the practice to those people in Russia who are being misled and being used against their will. That ignorance is a form of pain. I also dedicate healing to my country, a country that is so fractured and in such a state of brokenness. May we find our commonality and peace together. And may we see the humanity in each other. May we see that all lives, all perspectives, all beings have value, and we treat them with respect. Not with degradation, not with violence, not with rancor, but with respect. Shanti, shanti, shanti. So start by just taking stock of where you are. Taking stock of your body, of your mind, of your breath, of your emotions. Just what is the experience of me right now? And notice, how do you feel? Now, one of the greatest things we can do when working on healing is to enter a state of expansiveness, opening. So when things become constricted and tight, there's less free motion, there's more obstruction. Just like we want our arteries and veins flowing nice and free, disease happens when they get clogged. So too is it with our prana, our life force. So can we breathe easily and fully? Can we invite our aura, our energy body, our electromagnetic field to expand? And if you brought certain people to mind, allow them to be a part of your energetic field. Invite them in for this healing experience. We're going to take the sound of Om. I invite you to join me. Om is the sound of our universe vibrating. It's the very pure sound of God consciousness, of which every bit of us is made. So take this sound with me and feel it reverberate within you. Notice how you feel. What sensations are you left with? Let's try it again. Do you feel a resonance? Do you feel a vibration? So part of the reason we use chanting and mantra is everything has a frequency, everything has a vibration, because nothing is truly static. Everything is made up of molecules, and those molecules are moving, usually, if they're liquid or if they're gas. But even if they're a solid, those molecules are made up of atoms, and those atoms have electrons swirling around. And just like propellers on an airplane, there is noise when there is motion. So when we vibrate with a very specific frequency, it's like we remind our molecules, it's like we remind ourselves, yes, this is a more aligned, a more congruent vibration. We come into harmony with ourselves and things start to flow better. So I want to play with that a little bit. I have a drum here, so we're gonna start playing with this idea of sound. Invite the sound to wash over you. Wash through you. And remind yourselves of their higher vibration. Soak it in. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 As you do this, I want to invite you to envision rivers of light flowing through you. Bright, brilliant, golden light. And as these rivers flow, and as they harmonize with the vibration of the mantra, they brighten even more, they flow more freely, and you find a swirling dance of energy within you. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Nothing but sound and light. Rivers of light, rivers of sound. Om Namah Shivaya. Love. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Take a pause. Notice how you feel. Do you feel still the mantra spinning through you? Now, Namah Shivaya is a wonderful all-purpose mantra. There's another mantra that is really wonderful, specifically in the realm of healing for yourself or for others. And it's a mantra for a Vajrayana deity, a Tibetan deity, called the Medicine Buddha in plain English, also known as other names, the Bejaja Guru, one of them. And he is depicted as being bright blue in color, sitting on a lotus, on a sun and moon disk seat. In one hand he holds a medicine tree, and the medicine tree bears the fruit that cures all poisons. And in his other hand he holds a begging bowl filled with healing nectar. And so you can envision this beautiful blue Buddha in gold and red robes, radiating light, surrounded by countless deities and protectors. You can envision them above you. You can envision them within you. You can envision them surrounding those people for whom you're dedicating your healing work. You could envision yourself as the Medicine Buddha, because you are them. You are everything. Everything is you. It is all one. And we can do his mantra as well. This is a longer mantra. It's in Tibetan. I invite you similarly to just try to keep your mind with the vibrations. Allow them to wash over you. And notice the effect. And notice how this mantra may feel different or similar to the first mantra we explored tonight. Tadyadam be kaze ma be kaze razik sam gate swa. Tadyadam be kaze maha be kaze razik sam gate swa. Tadyadam be kaze maha be kaze razik sam gate swa. Tadyadam be kaze maha be kaze razik sam gate swa. Tadyadam be kaze maha be kaze razik sam gate swa. Tadyadam be kaze maha be kaze razik sam gate swa. Tadyadam be kaze maha be kaze razik sam gate swa. Tadyadam be kaze maha be kaze razik sam gate swa. Tadyadam be kaze maha be kaze razik sam gate swa. Tadyadam be kaze maha be kaze razik sam gate swa. Tadyadam be kaze maha be kaze razik sam gate swa. Tadyadam be kaze maha be kaze razik sam gate swa. Tadyadam be kaze maha be kaze razik sam gate swa. Tadyadam be kaze maha be kaze razik sam gate swa. Darya tombe kazebe kazemabe kazebe kazerazik samgati 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 swa. Tajitombe kaze mabe kaze raziksam gateswa. 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 Taditombe kaze mabe kaze raziksam gadeswa. Taditombe kaze mabe kaze raziksam gadeswa. So using mantra is one way to work with healing, to remind ourselves, our molecules, our atoms of their higher vibrations. Another way to work with healing is through envisioning light. So if you're working on yourself or working on another, if there's something specific that you're hoping to help heal, whether it's in their body or their spirit or their mind or their emotions, picture where it sits. And then I want you to envision a swirling vortex of energy that's there. And the swirling vortex represents all the affected and afflicted areas regarding the sickness. And then in your visualization, I want you to feel it rising out of the body to float in front of it. And I want you to notice how this wants to be a pinwheel of rainbow light. It wants to express all the colors in the spectrum, unfettered, uncluttered. But at the moment, there's some gunk messing up the bright colors. And so as it spins, I want you to just envision yourself scooping that not necessary stuff. You could call it toxic, you could call it nasty, but let's just call it unnecessary. And cleaning it away. Just throwing it off and return back to the oneness. And invite the vortex to spin brighter and faster, clearing off any of the gunk that it doesn't need. And once you feel like that rainbow wheel is spinning brightly and purely the way it's meant to, then invite it to push back down into the body, your own or loved ones. And just notice how that feels. You can do this visualization as many times as you'd like, in as many places as you'd like. I'll give you a few moments of silence to maybe choose another point on yourself or someone else to again clean off your wheels. to finish off this practice, you'll notice I tend to bring my hands together at my heart in a gesture of gratitude and blessing and thanks, because we should always be thankful for this work. We should be so thankful that we have tools and tips and meditative tricks to help with our healing, to help with other people's healing, to help with our journeys. Because not everybody is exposed to them, not everybody gets them, so we offer our deep thanks for our guides, for our spirit guardians who help us, who show us the way. Also offer up any particular individuals who I think benefit from this type of healing. I offer them to the lap of the gods, as they say, to my higher powers, to those who watch above me. The last way that we can work with healing tonight is through sensation. Now this is one I use probably most often out of all the tools we've been using tonight. And the idea behind this one is to truly allow yourself to feel the block, the brokenness, the pain. To really get in there, to feel it, to sense it, to ask it. What is it doing here? Did you come to teach me something? Come to remind me of something? Come to shift my path in a certain way? And then once you've really sat with it, we breathe into the middle of it. We breathe into the space around it. We breathe into the space beyond it. And just like, it's a strange metaphor, but it's what's coming to mind right now, just like reaching into the middle of a donut and pulling it apart from the inside, that's what we're going to do here. So you're going to breathe in and through and around it, and you're gently going to invite the breath to spread it apart, to allow that knot of tension, that block, to dissolve. Because we said at the very beginning of this meditation today, expansiveness, opening wide, is usually where health and well-being are. Contraction, crystallization, is where usually sickness, intransigence, ickiness lives. And our goal in life is to move into a greater state of expansiveness, a greater state of freedom. And so that's what we do here when we feel that knot of tension. We breathe in it, around it, and through it, and invite it to expand. And when we break down this energy, when we break down this stagnation, then everything starts to flow again. And we can do this for ourselves, we can do it for somebody else, nearby or far away. It's no different than a massage therapist pressing into a knot on your back and through conscious focus, inviting it to release. You can breathe into a painful emotion. You can breathe into a painful spot on your body. Doesn't matter. Part of your mind. And just a helpful reminder, pain is not a bad thing. We like to villainize pain in our world, in our culture, but it's not bad. It's just a teacher. And it's a teacher you will meet again and again in different forms throughout the course of your life. It is one of the four noble truths of living. Life involves pain. The suffering, however, that is entirely optional once you get good at it. Suffering and pain are not the same. You have no control when pain visits you, but you have every opportunity to choose whether or not you suffer. And it's not just a mental construct, it's an active practice, breathing into the pain, allowing it to dissolve, and re-entering a space of tranquility, even if the pain is still there. Doesn't matter. Now any of these practices you could sit with and do a full hour and a half of just doing that practice, but for tonight, we'll leave it here. I want to thank you all for who attended live. Thank you so much. It's so much more fun to get to do this with other people and know others are watching and partaking. It's much less interesting to just sit here and do it by myself. But so is that true for everything in life, yeah, that to be able to share some space and some time with some connected souls, it is such a balm for our living experiences. So I'm honored you took time out of your busy life to be here. Just a heads up, in 9 days, my new book launches, and I'm going to ask you all a favor. Please, 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 next week, buy a copy on Amazon and leave a review, because that really helps to drive traffic. And if you've read my first book already, Journey to the Ecstatic Self, please go on Goodreads, go on Amazon, leave a review on there for that as well. You don't know how much that helps us as creators and people trying to do good in the world, to have people leaving kind remarks about the work we generate. So if you'd be so kind, I'd really appreciate it. It is such a pleasure to get to be here with you all. If you ever have any requests for videos, live or edited, I'm always happy to take them. This week's video is going to be on body acceptance and learning to love the skin you're in, and learning to find home within. It's one of my favorite topics. It's going to be a really great video. It'll be coming out in the next day or so. And yeah, other than that, please stay well, stay healthy. Thank you for all your well wishes to me for about getting over COVID. I'm feeling much, much better as of today. So, yay. And namaste, my friends. It's such an honor and a pleasure to share space and time with you. Oh, much love, you guys. Thank you very much. Be blessed, be well, be happy. Take care.